All right, here's the whole rig here. We have a Hammond organ on top of a Wurlitzer with the expression pedal and everything. I haven't recorded that on this track yet, but I just got all the features and everything working in Luna exactly how I want, with the Neve summing and all of the console impedance matching stuff. I have here my faders and transport on my PreSonus fader port. Here is my pedal steel guitar. And I'm just using the pedal steel seat. Now let's go into this room, the nursery, so we can check out. I'm using a twin with a Shure SM7B. It's got a tiny bit of distance to it, right up where the center meets the grill cloth, if that makes any sense. My friend gave me, or he didn't give me, he loaned me this Nashville 400, which is a really famous pedal steel amp with the Black Widow here. But I wasn't figuring out how to get it to not distort. See, I had it all the way on, the pre was under 2, post was on 4, and I don't know what was distorting, if it was the speaker or what it was, but my pedal steel guitar, my pickups are really, really hot, so I actually had to use input 2 of the vibrato channel. All right, I do want to just explain a little bit about Luna, what I've figured out, 2 revelations. If you're coming from Logic, see, now I'm flying around with my zooming. If you're coming from Logic, I found out to go to, at first I was trying to learn all the shortcuts, but then I just went to Luna, keyboard shortcuts, and I clicked Logic, and now now we have all of my, it works exactly how it did in Logic. So that's awesome. So I press X and I get the whole mixing console, and this I have really tried to get all the features working. As you can see, starting from way up at the top here, we have Neve summing, which is something I just really wanted to buy this. It's probably just like volume, but you can see I haven't messed with the headroom or the trim at all. When you click on this high to low, it actually
twisted and burned. Life needs to break away.
low, it really pops out a lot more. I've routed all the vocals into here with the Neve summing, and then I've routed all my music into here with the Neve summing. Drums are probably a little too hot. Every channel can have tape as if I'm recording to tape. And I've gone through here and kind of done a little bit to the saturation. I'm being patient with myself. This is going to take me a long time to, I think, like really master this and get it right. Now we have the API channel strip on every single channel. This is just like you're recording. This whole experience is so cool. It's just like you're recording in a real in a real studio with a real API console. So with just the vocal here, we have I've gained it a little bit to get a little API flavor. It comes with Luna comes with all this API stuff, so I'm gonna roll with it for now. It's great. It sounds great. You know, API is traditionally like punchy, really comes through in the mid range, and all those adjectives that if you know, you know, and if you don't know, then it's impossible to understand really someone explaining it. So next I've got a DS. I've started doing this, starting every track DSing it, and then going into the channel strip. That's at least all the vocals, DSing them, then going to the channel strip. Oh, I forgot, like, what I'm also trying to do now is kind of I DS it first, and then I'm able to crank up the high end. We'll do that later. So it's all going into an API 2500 here, set at one of the preset settings, default bus setup. That's what that's called. And it is a thing that you need to buy, both this API Vision and the 2500. And I will say, actually, I think it's on sale for $150, where it's a bundle. I've got to make this public service announcement that there's like 4 or 5 plugins that you need to buy. API Vision, API 2500, you need the API summing. And all of those come as a bundle, the Luna Pro bundle. And it's like $150. So that's what I really recommend doing. What I did it the dumb way, which is I bought one of these plugins at a time, and I think it added up to about $825, full price, every plugin, and then I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't get I owned the plugins, and I could put the plugins here in the inserts, but I could not use this console function. This is why you want to use Luna, is because this console function makes it to where it matches the hardware, matches the impedance of what would really, it really sounds and feels like you're recording through an API console using the Apollo hardware that I have. I don't know, whatever Universal Audio, you definitely need a Universal Audio interface to get all that working. But the point is, do not buy piece by piece. And if you, honestly, also, if you go into console here and you click and it says your demo is expired, under that will be a link to buy that stuff, and it will just link you to one by one until you've spent $800, $1,000, And you really, in the first place, all you needed to do was spend $150 if you bought the bundle on sale. So definitely highly recommend that bundle. That's kind of the whole point of using Luna. Now, I'm still getting used to it. I'm still setting everything up, but here's a little sample of just how my pedal steel sounds. I'm not hitting the saturation very hard at all. It has that glassy tone of a Fender Twin scooped out in the middle. Beautiful. It's breaking up a little bit, but that's by design. I don't have any, the only thing I have on it is this saturation. Hear it in the track.
For miles and miles, change brings you near, something never to fear. Twisted and burned, life needs to break away.
All right, so that's me getting started with Luna and recording a little steel.